Welcome, my friend. Today we share a journey of courage, determination, and hope. This is the story of Elena, a young woman from a small village who dreamed of traveling the world but faced one big challenge. She had to learn English. Through her struggle, her mistakes, and her small victories, she opened doors to places and people she had only seen in dreams. Listen closely because this story could be your story too. Let's begin. Elena grew up in a small village in southern Spain. It was a beautiful place with green hills, narrow streets, and friendly faces. Life there was simple. People worked in the fields, baked bread, and sat outside in the evenings talking and laughing. Many people were happy, living their whole lives there. But Elena was different. Since she was a little girl, she felt that the world was much bigger than her village. Every night, she looked at the stars and wondered what life was like in places she had only seen in books and magazines. She dreamed of walking in busy cities, hearing new languages, and meeting people from faraway lands. On her bedroom walls, she had taped pictures from old travel magazines. The Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, the streets of Tokyo. They were more than just photos. They were promises of the life she wanted. But deep inside, Elena felt afraid. She did not speak English well. In her village, only basic English was taught, and it was mostly grammar rules and long vocabulary lists. Speaking real English, understanding real conversations, seemed impossible. Without English, how could she ever travel the world? A small moment, a big change. One rainy afternoon at the bakery where Elena worked, something happened that changed everything. A group of tourists came in laughing and talking in English. They pointed at the cakes and tried to ask questions. Elena stood behind the counter, smiling, but inside she felt frozen. She understood a few words, but could not find the courage to answer. Her heart raced. She wanted to help them, to speak, but no words came out. An older co-worker, who knew a little English, stepped in and helped the tourists. They smiled politely, bought their pastries, and left. Elena stood there, her cheeks burning with embarrassment. She felt invisible, trapped inside a language she could not speak. That night, she sat at her small kitchen table, staring at her notebook. Tears filled her eyes, but deep down, she knew the truth. Dreams without action are just wishes, and she did not want to spend her life wishing. She wanted to live, building a new life. Elena made a simple but powerful decision. She would learn English seriously, no matter how hard it would be. She could not afford expensive classes or private teachers, but she had something even stronger. She had time, passion, and a deep hunger for change. She created a simple plan. 1 hour of English every day. No excuses, no breaks. She downloaded free language apps. She found beginner videos on YouTube where teachers spoke slowly and clearly. She started labeling everything in her home with English words. Door, window, mirror, table. Every shopping list she made, she wrote in English. Bread, milk, eggs. At first, it felt strange. Speaking to herself in English, making mistakes, laughing alone. But slowly, it became normal. The first signs of progress. Each day, Elena felt a tiny bit stronger. She changed her phone and computer settings to English. At first, she struggled to find basic things like the camera or messages. But little by little, she learned. She watched movies with English subtitles. At first, she barely understood anything. But every night, she caught a few more words. She kept a small notebook and wrote down 10 new English words every day. Simple words, beautiful words. Words like travel, dream, journey, hope. When she walked to work, she listened to English podcasts, even if she understood only half. She trained her ears to hear the music of the language, finding her voice. Reading and listening were improving, but speaking was still the hardest part. The first time Elena tried to speak English with someone, her hands shook. She used a language exchange app to talk with people from around the world. Her first conversation was with a man from India. She stumbled over her words. She forgot simple sentences, but he smiled and said, "Your English is good. Keep practicing." That simple kindness gave her the courage to continue. Each week, she spoke a little more, with people from Brazil, Egypt, Japan, and Italy. Every conversation felt like climbing a small mountain. Hard, scary, but worth it. A big dream becomes real. After 6 months, Elena decided to take a bold step. She would travel alone to an English-speaking country. She chose Ireland, a place known for its friendly people and beautiful landscapes. Buying the plane ticket was terrifying. She practiced sentences for airport security. "I am here for tourism. I will stay for 2 weeks." On the airplane, she sat next to a Canadian woman. They spoke for hours about life, family, and dreams, all in English. At her hostel in Dublin, Elena met travelers from Germany, China, and Argentina. They shared meals, laughter, and stories in English. Some nights, she still struggled, but more often, she felt free. She was living her dream. New adventures, new lessons. Ireland was only the beginning. Over the next few years, Elena traveled across 15 countries. She climbed volcanoes in Indonesia. She visited ancient temples in Japan. She rode camels in Morocco. She danced under the stars in Greece. Wherever she went, English opened doors. Through English, she made friends from every corner of the world. She learned about different cultures, traditions, and dreams. English became more than a language. It became a bridge to the world, a new life. Today, Elena works online, writing travel stories and teaching Spanish to English speakers. She still makes mistakes sometimes. She still learns new words every day. But she is no longer afraid. She knows that speaking a language is not about being perfect. It is about connecting. It is about sharing your heart. It is about believing that you have something valuable to say. Elena's message to you. If you are dreaming of traveling the world, meeting new people, or living a bigger life, Elena has a message for you. Start today. Start small. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate every step forward. The world is waiting for you, even if your English is not perfect. Even if you are afraid, take the first step. One word, one sentence, one conversation at a time. Because one day, like Elena, you will look back and realize you did not just learn a language, you built a new life.